Mambo Team Africa Worldwide, Habari ya Asabui, Habari ya Mchana, Habari ya Jioni. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Well, the name of this video is Kwaheri Arusha Na Hello Dar. And that means goodbye Arusha. Hello Dar. This is my last usiku, meaning my last night in Arusha. I will miss the mountains. Um, and it's rainy season all over Tanzania, but I will get to see how it feels in Dar, um, whether it's the heat, um, how it feels in the rainy season. So I want to do a little breakdown. I've been in Arusha for over a month now, about a month and a week. I don't know why I don't um, turn my phone off before I do videos. It seems like the only time I get phone calls is when I am doing the video. So weird. But like I was saying, I've been in Arusha for over a month, about a month and a week, maybe 6 weeks. And I'm comparing it to, I really kind of had three experiences because when I first got to Tanzania, I was living in a section of Dar es Salaam called Kingamboni. And Kingamboni is a lot different than the rest of Dar es Salaam. Less English is spoken there. And it's kind of remote and it's less modern than the rest of Dar es Salaam. So I spent about 3 weeks in Kingamboni, and then I spent another 2 or 3 weeks in Dar es Salaam City, which included Masaki, Oyster Bay, and Posta. Uh, and then I came up here to Arusha. Last weekend, I did a border run or a visa run to Nairobi, Kenya, so I could, just push my 90 days back because even though you get 12 months on your multi-visit, multi-entry visa as a U.S. citizen, you still can't stay in the country no more than 90 days. So even though I had a little bit of time left, um, I decided to take advantage of my location in Arusha, which is pretty close to Nairobi. Like I said before, it's pretty much the distance between um, Detroit, Michigan, and Cleveland. But it takes a lot longer because of the type of road you're in, the type of vehicle you're in, and then you have to do the border check and all of that. So it takes a lot longer than you would expect. It's like a full day's trip, even though it would be like 2.5, 3 hours in the States. It's more like 5, 6 hours here. Um, but so that's been my experience. I've been in Africa since February. Got here February 20th. So I've spent more time in Africa this year than I have in the United States, and I am proud of that. Let's see. I really don't know what this video is about. It's been a while since I made a video, since I posted one. I think I posted one last weekend when I first got back from Nairobi. But since it's my last night in Arusha, I just wanted to kind of break down what I've learned. Um, I know that one thing is that um, it's a lot of character here, a lot of substance here. Um, like I said before, the people here are very aggressive, and that could be both a good thing and a bad thing, depending on the situation. I like it having an aggressive nature as opposed to the stereotype of being docile that's given to Africans, especially East Africans, by Europeans. But I don't like it when being approached by people on the street to buy different items that they might have for sale, or them just flat out asking for donations. Like I said, I don't fit in or blend in here in Tanzania as well as I do when I'm in Kenya. Um, this is when I'm in Kenya, nobody knows that I'm not from there until I speak. Here, upon sight, they know that I'm not Tanzanian. I don't know what it is, but and that's even more so here in Arusha. Uh, I've learned that you can live um, relatively cheaply in Arusha, but it's all about the type of lifestyle you want to live. It's like, yeah, you can get a lot of stuff for less, but do you want that less? Yeah, you can save money if you have to, but if you're accustomed to a certain comfort level or a certain standard of living, which you want to do it, um, like as you can see by my background, I'm in a hotel. At this hotel by Airbnb. It wasn't very expensive, but at the same time, it's not very glamorous. A lot of people would not stay here, but it's clean. I haven't seen any roaches, any mosquitoes. Um, it's clean and it's in a central area. It's close to everything. So I was able to get this place. I can't even think of the rate, but it's low, way lower than your average hotel. I want to say I probably got this place for about $20 a night. Um, and, they have little fees they add on to it in the end, but about $20 a night. Um, I stayed here last night and I'm staying here tonight. Just 2 nights for my flight because my lease for my apartment. I showed you all my apartment I have for $400. My lease was just from the 28th of March to the 28th of April. So I wasn't leaving for darn to the 30th. My plane to take off to the 30th is out to travel on the weekends because I'm still working. I'm not on vacation. I'm not a tourist. I actually work in the IT field remotely for an American company. So, um, I do a lot of work and I don't have a lot of free time. And so when you see me going from city to city, I travel on Saturdays and I come back on Sundays. Or last week I actually took Friday off. That was the first day I took off since I've been here. My first off day from work since I've been here was last Friday. I took that off. It was a good thing too because that first day took a lot of travel. I ran into a big traffic jam, like a 3 hour traffic jam, when I got to Nairobi on my way to my Airbnb. So I was glad I took the extra day. Let's see. Um, what I want to talk about. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about the difference between running from America and running to Africa. 'Cause there is a difference. Some people, they want to run from Africa because of the racism, because of the discrimination, because of the danger of the inner city streets because of the danger of possibly being caught up in a police killing, um, and all different types of just the history that our people are going through in the United States. And so they just want to leave. Some of them want to leave for Africa. Some of them want to leave to just anywhere but America. There are African Americans moving to Europe, African Americans moving to Asia, South America, the Caribbean. Some of them just want out of America. And then you have other people who are running to Africa. They just feel like Africa is where they're supposed to be. Africa is where they will thrive because it's the home of their ancestors or our ancestors, and they feel like their ancestors never chose to leave here. So returning here is a homecoming. They realize there's a lot of challenges living in Africa, and they realize that even though there's a fight going on in America, when you come to Africa, the fight doesn't stop. There's a fight here too. So um, I happen to belong to the second um, philosophy. I'm not running from America, even though there are problems in America. I'm running to Africa. I ran to Africa. And I understood before I even got here, even though I understand better firsthand now, that you also have a lot of challenges here. And so when you leave the US to come to Africa, what you are doing is trading one set of problems for another set of problems. And you may be accustomed to those problems, but not be accustomed to these problems. You know, and always people crack jokes when people say that rich people have problems, and they do. Biggie Smalls made that song more money, more problems, and it's true. It's like when you get a lot of money, you have problems that you never knew that you would have. And I look at moving to Africa as the equivalent of becoming rich, because you're in the best place on earth. Africa is the best place on earth, but it's just a whole new set of problems that you probably wouldn't think for. So, I mean, it's a lot of people on the internet who in YouTube or advertising, basically move to Africa so you'll live a better life. I'm not necessarily saying that. And you got other people just saying, "Oh, move to Africa, so you can change it and you know revolutionize everything." I'm not necessarily saying that either. I'm somewhat in the middle. I'm 52 years old. I've done a lot of struggling. I've done a lot of sacrificing to accomplish my dreams. One of my dreams was to move to Africa. So there is a certain amount of comfort I want to have. At the same time, I'm not willing to just sit by and accept things as they are either. I mean, when I know that there's room for improvement, I'm going to speak on that room for improvement. If I can do anything small or large to make a contribution to the build up of Africa and the improvement of um, the the lifestyles of African people, then I'm going to do that. So that's the difference. Whether a person is moving here with mentality of a retiree, or they're moving here with the mentality of an escapee, or they're moving here with the mentality of a soldier or a revolutionary. Um, Me, it's a little bit of combination of all of that. But there's a lot of things you'll have to get used to. I've heard a million times about, how slow restaurants were in Tanzania. And when I was on the other side of those YouTube videos, I was like, well, that's not such a big deal. It's a big deal. If you eat out frequently and you don't feel like cooking all the time, I mean, I can cook. One of my jobs in the military was a cook. I can cook for myself if I have to. I don't like doing it every day. I do like to go out and dine, and I like to go, out with friends and dine. And sometimes just waiting for your food is ridiculous, ridiculously long. I've tried to just simplify my meals just to save time, and it still takes forever. Um, I mean, you can just order what they call chips here, what we call fries and a salad, and it might take you 45 minutes to get that. No exaggeration. So that's one thing you will have to you will have to deal with. There's certain things that you're used to having that you won't be able to find. Like even though I'm trying to become more and more plant based and get away from meat, I have not found any turkey products since I've been here, and I like turkey products. I like chicken, but if you don't eat beef like I don't, you don't eat pork like I don't, and I don't really mess with too much goat. So it's basically like I'm either going plant based or chicken. I like fish, but pretty much most of the fish here is tilapia, which is a scavenger, so I don't eat that. So, um, and I just got tired of always asking what type of fish is this, what type of fish is this, what type of fish is this. Samaki is the word for fish. And almost every time the answer was tilapia anyway. So I just gave up on eating fish. So most of the times when I eat any form of meat, it's chicken, chicken, chicken. And I would like to switch it up with some turkey. Actually prefer turkey to chicken. And I don't know, since I've been here since February, I have not seen a turkey burger on any menu. I've seen veggie burgers even on some menus, no turkey burgers. No turkey, even though I'm not big on sausage, no turkey sausage, no turkey bacon, no turkey lunch meat, no no turkey breast, no turkey wings, no turkey anything. Um, I need to do a little research to find out if turkeys are even a bird that's indigenous to the continent. Maybe not. I don't know. Um, Another thing is my favorite vegetable, not raw, but cooked. My favorite cooked vegetable is asparagus. I have looked and looked. Even when I was in Nairobi, I went to one of the upscale one of the upscale supermarkets. No asparagus. Things like that. If you're used to certain brands, like if you need Heinz or Hunt's ketchup, good luck. You're probably not going to find that. If you find it in the grocery store, it's going to be super expensive. But as far as a restaurant goes, I doubt if you see it. Um, I like black pepper. Um, you're not gonna find a lot of black pepper. I don't know why. I'm sure it's plenty of black pepper that probably grows in Africa, but the restaurants typically don't have it. I, I remember going to one spot that was kind of a touristy spot. They had some black pepper at a cafe, but for the most part, no black pepper. That's one of like my favorite seasonings. I like to typically my three go tos are olive oil, garlic, and black pepper. You give me those three, and I'm happy. But black pepper is kind of hard to come by at restaurants here. What's not hard to come by is salt, and the Kiswahili word for salt is chumvi. Um, People here love salt. You have to watch them, make sure if they're preparing your food, if you got a chance to let them know to see the cook, not to put too much salt on your food. Um, And sometimes you might, go to a restaurant once and see what their salt level is, and then you can kind of explain how you want it. A lot of times, if they bring food out on the platter, what they'll do is they'll have a pile of salt just laying on the plate, so that you can like dip your food into the salt as you eat. So I don't know that we eat a lot of salt in the states too, but I don't know, by comparison, I think it might be worse here. We know that's not good for your health, but black pepper is much more healthier than salt. Um, let's see what else is different here. Um, there's a variety of things. I just can't think of everything off the top of my head right now. This might not be the absolute best video that I've made, but I'm just trying to think of the different things. Oh man, bribery, corruption, whatever you want to call it. There's so much of that, and I guess you got to know when to that and being overcharged. And you got to know when to buck the system and when not to buck the system. And that's a thin line. Sometimes you might not want to be overcharged or pay a bribe or whatever, and that might cause you some extra inconvenience. If it's just going to be a little bit and you want to stay on your principles, then you can do that. However, if it's going to be a major inconvenience or worse, then you might want to just go ahead and pay it and be about your business. But that is something that that needs to be corrected here, and until we as African Americans, we as diaspora repatriates, until we obtain citizenship, there's not much we probably could do about the corruption, but we can stand our ground on being overcharged, basically getting the Mzungu tax. I'm not an Mzungu, don't look nothing like it, so don't treat me like that. So a lot of times I will push back on that. Let's see what else. Let's say when it comes to just quality of stuff, like I say, if you spend your money, you get better stuff. But this is a place where you can survive if you have to. If your money get really really low, you can figure out how to eat on a very small amount of money. If your money gets really, really low, you can find a place to lay your head for a really low amount of money. And I actually think that's a good thing because it's not like that in the States. In the States, if your money gets super low, you're not gonna eat a meal. It's like you'd be hard pressed to go to a fast food restaurant, with, you know, $4 and think you could. I don't even think that'll buy one sandwich, maybe from like a little kid's meal or something. But $4 here in Tanzania will get you a full dinner if you eat with the locals. Um, Same thing with places to live. I mean, if you really, really had to, you could find a place that will charge you $10 a night for a temporary rental. And there are even apartments in East Africa that are as low as $50. You might not have a bathroom in the apartment, but you know, there's nothing like that in the States. I mean, I don't think it's probably anywhere in the States that you probably could find an apartment in the worst neighborhood for probably less than $500 a month. So, yeah. But at the same time, sometimes even when you spend, the best money and try to go to the best places, some things are just not here. Like I mentioned, turkey and asparagus are very hard to find. Um, High speed internet, like the country of Tanzania doesn't even have 5G. So it doesn't matter if you have a 5G device. because there are no 5G towers. Um, I haven't tried to work my current job in Kenya. I attempted to do that when I was do a remote job the last time I was in Kenya last year, and internet worked pretty good. I had one bad situation, but once I switched my phone over to hotspot, that corrected itself. But right now, I'm working on a virtual desktop, AWS, and that uses up a lot of bandwidth, and I have not found adequate internet anywhere for for me to be able to work at top notch quality. It doesn't matter what neighborhood I'm in. I can be in the tourist rich neighborhood like in Dar. It's called Masaki. I've stayed in three, four different places in Masaki, and the internet is just not optimal. So I'm gonna go to the store when I get back. Probably go to Emily City and see if I can find a Wi-Fi booster to put into my laptop. That might help some, but yeah, the internet. Somebody knows of a solution. Put it in the comments because I need that because it's like it depends. It really seems like no matter the area, no matter how much money you're spending, to get really quality internet or Wi-Fi. That's been hard to come by. Sometimes internet can go fast by you plugging in the Ethernet, but a lot of these newer routers don't even have Ethernet ports. It's totally wireless. So that is a situation. Um, let's see. I guess that's it. I'm just basically saying that I learned some things, and probably in future videos I'll be able to spam more. My brain is not working well tonight, but I just want to give you all a breakdown of how I feel about Arusha after being here for over a month in comparison to Dar, and I wanted to talk about the two different camps or philosophies of repatriates, um, from the West or the States. Some of us are running from America. Some of us are running to Africa. Um, I was the one who ran to Africa. This is the homeland of my ancestors, so I feel like it belongs to me. I feel like no matter how much they correct the ills of the United States, in my opinion, it doesn't belong to me. It will never be mine. I know other people have other different philosophies, Black Indians and Black Native Americans and all this other stuff, but I feel like Africa belongs to me. It doesn't really matter, who agrees or who accepts me. Um, I've been welcomed by a lot of Continentals. A lot of Continentals are different, and then some are just flat out rude or scurvy and lack integrity. And it's like that all over the world. It's like that in the States. It's probably like that in Europe, and it's like that in Asia. It's like that everywhere. You got you good, you bad, and you're indifferent. But I identify myself as African, and so this is my continent. It belongs to me. I'm gonna eventually figure out how to get some residency and then some citizenship. I would not give up that citizenship in the U.S. There's benefits for that that come from that. And my ancestors, they also bled and, and, and suffered for that. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. And, you know, but at the same time, uh, this is uh, Africa, Africa for Africans. I am an African American. Well, I feel like I'm just rambling. This is probably the worst video I've put up so far on the channel. I'm just not really feeling it today. But what I want to say is Asante Sana for watching and Kwaheri Kwasasa.